Welcome to episode Custom Climbing, where I take your situation and your climbing goals and I formulate a custom climbing plan just for you. Today we have Matt. He's 20 years old. He's 6'1". He's 165 pounds give or take. He's been climbing for under 6 months, 34 times a week, and he basically just climbs Moonboard Excellent. And even though it's only been less than 6 months, he's already done a V8. Congratulations. So far, he can bust out 20 pull-ups. Good form. And in terms of finger strength, he can only hang on the 10mm rung for less than 3 seconds, but he could do about 7 pull-ups off the 20mm rung because he never really tested out his finger strength before, but so that's fine. He believes his flexibility is a bit lacking. He has no good technique, he says, and I believe him because I confirmed it. He has some messed up middle fingers, and his goal is to do a V10 benchmark on the Moonboard by the end of the year. Let's hop into the plan. First things first, Matt, goddamn, you is strong. Second thing second, Matt, you have the wrong goal. Your goal should be to climb pain-free without reducing performance on the wall. You've been climbing for less than 6 months and you made tremendous progress, and you should not try to rush it, especially when you don't need to, especially when you first start something new. You should spend a good amount of time building up a nice base of strength. Specifically speaking, your fingers. Not saying that hanging off 10mm for 3 seconds or longer is a good metric of finger strength, but considering how hard you moonboard, I would have expected you to be able to hang off at 10mm for at least 10 seconds. That's all I'm trying to say here. So basically, your fingers are too weak for how strong your pulling prowess is the main idea here. Now, your number one issue right now is underutilization of your legs. Once you start utilizing these bad boys, you're bound to climb 1 to 2 grades harder practically immediately without having to get any stronger, which is a great thing. Now, just to make it very apparent, I went ahead and repeated some of the moonboard climbs that you did. And for the viewers at home, keep in mind, I am like 5'7", Matt is like 6'1". Let's go. You managed to slip on possibly the best foothold on the entire moonboard. Now, this happened primarily because you did not bring your feet on top of the foothold. Instead, you had yours on the side of the foothold. And when you pulled up, your foot did not catch, and thus the slip. Have you ever heard of the triangle by any chance? Strongest shape known to mankind. Legend Zelda, the Triforce, 3 points of contact. Take a look at my triangle before I move up. It's relatively pretty balanced. Your triangle is a bit narrow before you move up. Now, a balanced base of support means you have a lot of stability and balance to push off to the next hold. And once you catch the next hold, so long as you maintain this triangle action, you won't particularly barn door too awesomely. Ideally. Now, the reason why you slipped off this foothold is a general lack of foot pressure, meaning you didn't push down with your legs just got soft and thus they came off. Now, leg pressure / foot pressure isn't about leg strength, it's about execution. For you guys that have no idea what I'm talking about, everybody get up real smooth now. So once you're in your standing position, right, I want you to jump as high as you can. Yay, right, whatever, jump as high as you can. Now, I want you to jump as high as you can again, but don't leave the ground. That sensation of coming down, pushing off as hard as you can, but sticking the landing without coming off the ground is how you apply foot pressure, and it's the exact same sensation that you'll be applying on the wall if you wish to keep your feet on the wall. You feel me? Also, make sure to rise up to the balls of your feet as well. This next climb is the exact same issue with your previous climb. You're not applying enough force upon your feet to maintain contact with it as you move on to the next hold. Besides that, though, you did load up very well and with great confidence, and you just went straight up for it. Excellent. Now, in this next climb, I want everybody to pay attention to how strong Matt is, because it is actually funny how strong. Pay attention. Now, I hope everybody knows that when it comes to grabbing things that are up high, it is much easier to grab it while we're going towards the object than it is to grab it while we're falling down and away from the object. But that being said, I caught this hold and my body goes up and left. Matt catches this hold and his body falls down and right. Now, this happens simply because his foot slipped. And this is one of your major issues, Matt. Your off foot is super lazy. Do not underestimate how flagging out your feet can really help you climb so much better. For example, when you're on the wall, you're primarily always on one leg. And the off leg, if you tilt your body to the left, your leg should flag out to keep you balanced. And doesn't really matter which direction your torso goes, your leg will always counter you out going in the opposite direction, which is good and which is how you should climb. You though, Matt, your off leg is lazy, so when you lean left, you just fall. And when you lean right, you just fall. Because you're not utilizing your off leg. So utilize the off leg. Now, Matt, for you, your workout plan is gonna be more like drills for you to utilize at the start of your climbing session every single time you go climbing, followed by a hangboarding protocol. Why? I feel like if you focus on the technique of using your feet, you'll improve instantaneously, and it's a lot quicker than trying to get any stronger, and you're already plenty of strong. And secondly, the hangboarding protocol is to help your middle fingers feel a little bit better, and hopefully that works. And with your training already pretty hard as the moonboard, I don't really see any need to make it any harder, nor do I particularly see a need to tone it down any way, shape, or form, because you seem to manage it pretty well. That's what it feels like. Let's hop into it. Squat to one leg, toes. You're gonna squat down, you're gonna stand up onto one leg. Squat down, stand up to the other leg. Ooh, try and maintain your balance. Squat, stand up to the other leg. All you're really trying to do is simulate, replicate the feeling of pushing down, standing up without leaving the ground. You're gonna do 5 per side. After that, you're gonna do jump to toes. You're gonna come down, jump as hard as you can without leaving the ground. You're gonna do that 10 times. After that, you're gonna break your knees, but on your toe variation. This is important for you because you need to get more into the habit of twisting your hips while you're on the wall. So a normal break your knees is this, but you're gonna be on your toes the whole time. You're gonna really twist it down, make sure the knee hits the ground, try to keep that torso nice and upright. You're gonna do 5 per leg for a total of 10. Again, you're on your toes the entire time. I want you to get used to the feeling of putting force through your toes. After that, I want you to find a wall, any wall, doesn't matter. You're gonna push away from your fingertips, so you're this far away, feet nice together. You're gonna raise your leg up, press against the wall, and then from here, you're gonna fully extend your leg onto the toes, but make sure you don't fall off. And then you're gonna close the ankle, then you're gonna fully extend it again, then go back in, fully extend it again. If you fall off, ooh, nobody cares. If it's too easy, I want you to bring your leg 1 step closer and repeat the motion without trying to fall off. Keep in contact with the wall. You're gonna do 5 per leg, 5 on one leg, 5 on the next leg. Next, you're gonna rest for 60 seconds and then repeat all of this twice. You will notice that each of all these foot drills is all about you learning how to press with your feet into a surface while your feet leaving that surface so that you get into your brain the idea of what it feels like to keep your feet on the wall. Hopefully it helps. Hangboard protocol. Because you're not very good with 10 millimeters, you're gonna be hanging off of 10 millimeters. There's something to be said about holding a tiny edge you're not used to, and the more you hold it, the more accustomed your fingers get used to the grip, and when you encounter it in the real world, it won't be so foreign to you. So what I'm thinking here is you just need a little bit more time and love with something that you don't particularly have done a lot. So with the 10 millimeters, you're gonna sag into your finger curls. Sag your body. Notice how my arms are nice and straight, they sag, and then from here, you're gonna start in an open hand position. You're gonna do a finger curl into a fulcrum. Bring it back down, finger curl. Back down, finger curl. You're gonna do 20 of those. Immediately afterwards, you're gonna hit with the middle finger on 10 millimeter, of course. Again, obviously don't apply too much force with the straight arm sagging. Action again, you're gonna do finger curls. You're gonna do 10 of those. And then you're gonna finish it off with the middle finger of 10 millimeters. And you're just gonna do a hang for 10 seconds, applying as much force as is comfortable with your feet on the ground, obviously. And then you're gonna rest for like 60 seconds and repeat this 3 times. And hopefully that just circulates some blood into your fingers, make your middle fingers feel nice and good. And we're just trying things here and see if it works. Hopefully it does. And that is your training plan. I know it's short, I know it's easy, I know it's really not that much training as much as it is warming up and drilling, but that's because you already have really good training going on with your moonboard. So you tack this on before each of your climbing sessions, and hopefully we see improvements immediately, if not within 1 to 2 weeks, if you'll be able to use your feet better and your fingers feeling better as well. Now, I would like to finish off with some basic general advice. 1, Those V8s you did, Matt, I'm not going front. They're more like V6, V7 outdoors and solid to hard V6 on the moon board. 2, if you want to do V10, I recommend you start doing it immediately. Every single session, select 1 or 2 V10s, try it out, see if it's your cup of tea or not. Because based off of your climbing style and your height, I'm sure there's going to be 1 or 2 problems that really fits your strength really well and will give you a really good shot. And there's only approximately, 26 V10s on the moon board, the 2016 ones. So you should probably try all of them and see which one you like the most. And therefore you're able to find one that you can really zone in on. And once you find something that you can actually zone in on, is a clear picture instead of just a very general idea. Like, oh, I want to do V10. That's great. That's not the problem. The problem is, what problem do you want to do? That's the important thing. And then once you figure out the problem you want to do, you can actually start training for it very specifically. And therefore that makes your goal a lot more specific, more direct, and you're not lost and you have a GPS. 3, maybe you have it inside your head that you like big, strong, powerful moves, but however, you will very greatly benefit from just grabbing something, locking off, and then reaching because you're tall. There's no need to always load up down low and then yuck for it. I would like to say that you should remember that you're tall. Tall people generally climb a little bit more static because there's no need to yuck for everything because you're tall. The way you climb should make other people mad at you. If people aren't mad at you, you're not doing it right. With that being said, Matt, when I watch you climb, I can't help but think that you climb a little bit too small. You make moves look bigger than they have to look. That's not correct because you're big and tall. When you climb, people should get the impression that the holds aren't too far away and that it's feasible for them to do it too, when in reality, it's not. And of course, all of these issues will get fixed once you start utilizing your feet really well and locking off, hitting things statically. Of course, you could still jump for things if necessary, but that should only be if necessary. It should not always be mandatory. And I know I didn't address everything you sent me, but I hope this helped. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, man.